Welcome to the She Builds Show. I'm your host, Stefanie Olson, a licensed general contractor who builds new construction, renovates, and designs your vision. Today, more than ever, we need raw, authentic women who are willing to rise above society's norms, break those glass ceilings, and encourage each other to boldly build the life we were meant to live. So, honey, what are you building? Hey, y'all. I hope you're having an amazing day. So today's episode, it goes a little deeper. I'm going to chat with you about something most of us may not want to talk about, but it's on my heart. And when I started this podcast, I wanted to be real and authentic, and I wanted to cover everything that a woman builds. And when I think about She Builds and the complexity of who I am as a woman and the things that make up my life and all the things that I'm actually building, there's a lot to cover. Family, relationships, business, children, health. And I think a huge component I want to touch on is our bodies. Ugh, I know I said it. I'm sorry. But it's the thing that carries us around every day that we as women probably struggle the most with. If I would have had more time and forethought in planning this episode, I would have wanted to blast a text to every woman I knew and ask her, what do you say to yourself in your mind about your body? I would have asked them, now be real, don't sugarcoat it. What do you say to yourself on a daily, hourly basis about your body? I imagine the responses would be something like, I'm so ugly, I'll never change. Why am I so fat? What am I going to wear today to cover this mess? My butt is disgusting. How many of you would have responded with, dang girl, you are rocking it? Or this body is such a gift. Or I will care and be kind to this one and only body God has given me. Probably not most of us. I'll be honest, I've struggled probably like most of you with my body image for most of my life. And for the first 25-ish years, I've pretty much punished myself mentally and physically if I wasn't absolute perfection. The mental part is the hardest struggle for me. I'm introverted and I don't process out loud, so I tend to suffer in silence. And the conversations I allow to be spoken over myself are things I would never say to another human being, even the worst of the worst people that I really don't like. I would never repeat the things I say to myself to another person out loud because it would crush them. It would defeat them. It would affect them for the rest of their lives. My husband thinks I'm beautiful, and I constantly tell him the opposite. I never actually believe the truth he speaks over me. I brush it off like dust on a bookshelf. I never let it stay there long enough to let it permeate. One day, his response really slapped me into reality. I said out loud while I was getting dressed, ugh, I'm so fat. And he looked me in the eye and he said, you never see what I see. He was mad. He was frustrated. You will never believe me when I tell you how beautiful you are. You have been telling me you are fat since the day we got married. Oh, ooh, dang, really? Have I? That hurt. But you know what? I needed to hear that the pattern of the mindset has been around way too dang long. We have been together for 12 years and married for 10. Holy crap. I have been saying this horrendous stuff to myself for over a decade. Wow. Talk about being stuck in a rut. At that moment, I felt two things. One, sadness for myself, that I hadn't taken better care of myself mentally. And number two, this has to change. Every year for the past 3 years, I set a word and a mantra for that year. For 2021, I knew I needed to address this issue. Daily, I repeat out loud and type my word and mantra to my mentoring group. This is my word and mantra for 2021. Design. It is time to level up and allow God to humbly design my life around my purpose and intention. I will seek out God's will in my daily choices with my time. It is time to let go of old thought patterns and design a life full of balance, freedom, calm, purpose, growth, and impact upon others in a positive way. I will design a life I do not need a vacation from. I repeat that to myself every day. I type that every day. It is this daily offering of my weakness and asking for God's help that I'm addressing the body image issue from the inside out, which, if you think about it, is really where I have found out that that's where the problem hides. It's a daily reminder that I can choose my thoughts and let go of the ones that no longer serve me. I can ask God for help when they overwhelm me. I can accept and love myself just as I am. No diet or workout will ever rid my mind of the terrible negative thoughts. It's a daily habit change. It's a daily choice of health, wellness, movement, acceptance. Man, I wish I could have told this to myself in my 20s. Every time I have a young girl that comes over to ride horses with me, I ask her these questions. What do you say to yourself about your body? And even the most confident, beautiful woman that seems like they have it all together, when you really ask them what they say, it's not nice. It's not things they even want to repeat to me. So I offer them this practice of a mantra and a word that speaks truth and life over them. Knowing that this is one of my longest struggles, that I've been saying terrible things to myself, I created a rule in my house. And the rule is, you may never speak bad about yourself. If one of my children says something like, I'm so bad at that, or I'm not smart enough, my entire family knows that we are to rally around that person and speak life and truth over them. And we make them repeat the words spoken over them until we are sure the lie is gone and the truth of who they are remains. You are smart. You are good enough. You are so kind. I'm attacking the negative thoughts in my young children because I know it will stay there if we don't fix it now. My children also have words and mantras they repeat daily. My 7-year-old son came up with his own, and his mantra is, I will be kind to myself and others. That's what he says daily when we're driving to school. What a wise 7-year-old to know how important kindness is to not only others, but that it must be extended inside to yourself. So honey, what are you telling yourself? How can you start a daily mantra to begin to combat the internal negativity with something full of truth and life? You are beautiful. You are kind. You are building something amazing. Dang girl, you look good. My butt looks awesome. Don't feed into the negativity. Build something greater than that. Be good to yourself. There is only one of you. Thanks for joining me today on the She Build Show. My name is Stefanie Olson. My hope is that this episode leaves you feeling empowered and ready to boldly take that step into building the life that you envision, 1 2x4 at a time. And if you can do me a quick favor, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. I get giddy over reading the reviews each week, and I will choose one special person to win some She Build swag. Make sure you add your name to the review, and I'll reach out if you're the winner. Thanks again for hanging out. Be sure to visit me at theshebuildshow.com, where you can ask me questions and share with me what you're building.